are saying welcome to Let's Be Real. It's 3 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock, and right here on your One Family, One radio station, we bring a segment we call Let's Be Real. This is where we talk about love, relationships, and one thing that ultimately binds us, that is family. On Let's Be Real, we strip away our pretenses, we strip away our pride, our ego, and we lay it all bare. What we do exactly on the segment is someone sends us a story of what they're going through, and right here on the show, we read it out just as the person has sent it to us. And we have our family members coming to say, hey, we're actively involved. We want to help this person. We want to advise this person. No matter what, we want the best for this person who was brave enough to send us a message, because that is what we stand for. That is our mantra. One family, one radio. And like I always say, we are one big family. So strap in and get ready, because today's conversation has to do with a woman who is dealing with a tough decision with her son, and she's asking what she should do about this issue. But before I go into the depth of the story, it's important that I read out the phone lines for you so that you can, get your phones ready, get your airtimes ready when it is time for us to be fully involved in this conversation. The number to call is 07056900927. 07056900927. Mind you, that is the same number that you would use to send us a WhatsApp message. If you want to send a WhatsApp message, that is the number 07056900927. And also the number to call is 08025027756. 08022027711. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to call the number again. 08025027711. You can also call 08029788003. Everybody come right in, because when I read the story, I knew that it was going to be very, very important. This person says, hello, Super FM, and please keep me anonymous. I'm a mother of 2 living in Lagos, and I need advice, and I really need to hear what others think about it. My first son is 17 years old, and he's been very focused on his education ever since he was young. I have always pushed him to do well in school, because I know that education is the way forward in the world. But recently, he's been showing me some strange things. A few months ago, he came to me and said, Momsi, I don't go school again. No. I want to focus on my music career. I don't get better chance to join one record label, and they won't sign me. I go to make big money because school no go help me. I was shocked. I could not even speak. His proficiency in English even shocked me. My son has always been a bright student, and he's about to write WAEC in the month of May. But this music thing, I don't just understand. It's like as if every day I hear, please, I don't want to go to school again. And the worst part is that his father is saying, waiting they worry this boy. You go follow your mama, you must finish school before you even think about music. But this boy does not listen to us. He says that school is wasting his time, even if it means disappointing us. Last week, there was an incident. This guy went on a show without telling me, and I heard about it from his auntie. He performed there, and the audience went crazy. People were even taking pictures and saying he's the next big thing. I no lie, I felt quite proud of him, but I'm also scared. Is this the right choice? I've worked so hard to get him a good education. Now he wants to throw it away for music. My mind is divided. Should I let him follow his dream, or should I force him to finish school just like his father says? Please, I need advice. Am I wrong for wanting my son to finish school, or am I being too strict? Please help me. 07056900927. Now, this is a very, very tough conversation. in as much as, we want to maybe downplay it or make it look as if it's not it is. Imagine having a child who is insistent that he wants to do music, and at the end of the day, he's actually good in the music. You can actually see that. It just throws me back to a particular competition. I'm not going to mention the name of the brand, but there was a very huge competition I watched a couple of years back, and a boy was part of the contestants for this music competition, and he was 17 years old. It was his mother that brought him for that competition. In cases like this, you start wondering, do you nurture them while they are young, or do you force them because you know that at the end of the day, this may just be to their benefits? It's a very tough situation. But we'll talk more about it while we take calls. Hello? All right, do call back 07056900927. Hello? Oh, no, please, 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 please. I am begging. This network today, please release us. We want to have a very smooth conversation. 07056900927. A boy saying at 17 years he's no longer interested in school. Things as important as school. I mean, I know that having a career is important, having a passion is important, but at the same time, it's very important that you find a balance to this. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Hello, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Bad for this network, oh God.
The network is really bad. So, I mean, like I was talking about this is like an understanding between parental fear and the child's passion. Because this parent is actually scared for their child's security and future. And rightly so. Because whether you like it or not, education would always be a backup plan. If everything fails, what would you do? You will go back to your certificate, right? Hello?
Hello, Chichi. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Greg. Welcome.
Hi, how are you guys?
I'm very well, thank you. Happy Monday.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Yes, same to you as well. Hope you had a great weekend.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I
All right, let's dive into the conversation.
This situation is very dicey, but at the same time, you have to pray to God to guide you. Because times, anyways, there's nothing like that. There's no bad time to start to go back to school. So you get she should try to talk to the guy. Let him. Okay, fine. You let him. How do I put it like this? To try and whine the boy. You should study music in school. He gets to win, she gets to win.
Okay, so more like do like the carrot situation, whereby you get to lure him into continuing school by promising him the fact that you're going to support him in his career.
Yes, and then if possible, let him just go to school and study the music. Now on the level, everybody I declare where now don't. On the level, second semester, everybody's eye clear and knows what they really want to do.
Okay.
Let him not be afraid, At least he's not lazy. He's not lazy about it. He's not doing anything. At least he wants to do something, and he's still smart. If he tries the music, work. He will go back to school. He will run back to school. Not like they should fight him, because once he makes up his mind, no school for life. Or more, if he tries the music. If he tries the music and then he has made up his mind about no school, so he could just deteriorate or go down. You get that kind of peace.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know, sir. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But thank you so much for your take on this. Thank you. I mean, I hear you loud and clear. You're saying try and lure him into continuing school. Because my greatest fear with this is the fact that I don't have a problem if you want to pursue music as a career. But then do not neglect one aspect of your life because you want to pursue another aspect of your life. We have people like Fowles. Fowles the bad guy. He is a law graduate. He is a certified lawyer called Oba. But he's a musician at the end of the day. We have people that have gone to school. We have people like Davido that we saw that the father even insisted that he goes to school. So he still has his certificate. We know so many people that are graduates. They all have their career thriving, but at the end of the day, they are pursuing music. So why is there a need for you to say, Mama, I'm not interested in school again, no, now music I won't pursue? You see how dicey that is? That is a very, very dicey situation, and then the father trying to push him in that line of saying, you must finish school, I don't care about music, you must finish school. You might end up having a rebellious child in your hands. What if tomorrow now you now give him money to do something, and your son has collected the money, and he has pursued it, maybe run to Ghana or somewhere, or find a place in another country just because he's trying to pursue a passion. But then we'll have to go on a very quick break. When I come back, our phone lines are still buzzing, but I'm going to call it out once again. 07056900927. That's the number to call, and also send a WhatsApp message. What should this mother do? What do you think should be her next line of action?
92.7 Super FM.
Once in a while, an exceptional talent arises to take the comedic scenery to another level. Bird in the southeast, Birds in the south, and now in the southwest, Lagos.
son is telling you, Mommy, I don't want to go to school anymore. I want to do music. And then the thing is, your child is actually good at this music thing. He's actually good at it. So you're torn between letting your child drop out and pursue his career, or doing what you want, like wanting your son to finish school. That is exactly where this woman stands. She's in a torn situation between letting the child finish school or letting the child drop out to pursue his passion, which is music. Hello?
Hello, good evening, Chichi.
Hi, good evening, Mama May.
How are you doing?
I'm well, thank you.
How's your day?
My day is going well. Is it
raining over there?
Yes, so it's serious.
How about our survey?
He's fine. He'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, my greetings to him.
He'll hear.
Okay, Chichi, the thing is that this situation is a very dicey one. She just have to explain things to him. Make him understand the importance of him going to school. You know, he wants to do music. If she does it by force, he will eventually not do any one of them. Because she will not be allowing him do the music, and he will not go to school. So she just has to call him. Maybe there was something OSIV said one time that anytime he gets heady and all that, and the mom comes to him, wakes him up at night, talks to him, and there's nothing that the mother tells him that night that he will not do. So maybe she should follow that method, because he's still young. You know, this youthful exuberance and all that.
He's impressionable.
So now he feels, maybe music is all and all. Yes, he's good in it. But let the mom too, support him in the music pursuit. Then tell him let him know the importance of him being educated. What if eventually music does not work out? What happens at the end of the day? Just like when you're saying you're not pouring all your eggs in one basket.
But at some point, especially when they get to that point where people are actually noticing them for their work, it's almost impossible to convince children at that age that, look,
of course,
this road I'm showing you.
That's why she has to do a very long talk. You said something now that the boy that came he was just 17.
Yeah.
And the mom that came with him.
Yes.
I'm very sure that boy is still going to school. I'm very sure he's not a dropout. He still goes to school. And the mom is supporting him. Yes. So the thing is that I think it's a manner of approach.
Okay.
Instead of, nurturing and petting and caring, they are just going, you cannot be a musician in this house, never,
Yeah.
I think their manner of approach is, they are going through the wrong way. So they just have to calm down, make him see reasons with them. I believe he will come around and he will succumb to their to what they want him to do.
Okay.
So that is just it.
All right. Thank you so much, Mama May. May is saying have a conversation with him. Sit him down, talk to him, and just maybe you might have someone who listens. Hello?
Hello, yes.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Charles.
Hi, Charles. Charles, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Satellite Town, New Side.
Okay. Hi, Charles. All right. What do you think about this?
Okay, so what I think is that the way the country is at the moment, but there are no jobs. Even people that have gone to school, they find it difficult to get jobs. And most people that went to school, they now come out to learn handworks like tailoring, shoemaking, carpentry, and all that stuff. Some people go to school to read engineering and later work in a bank. So what I feel he should do as a parent, is to support the music that he wants to do.
At the expense of school? At the expense of school?
That's what I feel. Because if he puts 100% in his music, he would make a living out of it. And if he has the support of his parents, he will make a living out of it. There are a lot of musicians that are not popular, but are making a living out of doing music. You get the ones that are popular are the ones that are the best of the best, are the ones that are making the millions of naira than the millions of dollars. But there are a whole lot of musicians that they perform in shows, they perform in weddings. They might not be as popular as our Burna Boy and Rema and Davido, but they are making ends meet, and they have good cars, they have good houses, and all that.
I wonder what
musicians.
Do we have them like that? They're not really
there are a lot of
popular, but they are
musicians
making money.
They are not popular, but they are making good money. Yes,
Hey, like who?
they get paid. They get paid. Via like when people stream their music.
Hey, boy, is it not when you are popular that people stream your music?
You know that there are some musicians that might not be popular in Nigeria, but they are popular in another country.
Fair enough.
Or they might be popular in a particular.
Fair enough. I think I know someone. I think what's her name? I think there's Ugochi, there's Gucci. You know, ladies like that.
Exactly. Thank you. And some of these musicians, but some movies can like call them and be like pay them royalties to use their song like in a movie. But it might not be like a song that they are playing everywhere, but their song in a certain movie and they're collecting royalties from it. So basically, that's just it. Basically, as a musician, musicians have different like fields, and a lot of them are making ends meet from it. They might not be as popular as people like think, but that's what I feel. That's my take on it. I feel the parents should support him 100%, and he would make it in music if he's that smart. And yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I mean, I hear you. I totally hear you. But then the millennial in me is like, no, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it at all. You know, that's of course, like I said, the millennial in me. Because at the end of the day, here are my thoughts. If you've watched these music competitions, you will know that there are some people that are very good. They're good. I'm not talking about Timi Dakolo, and apart from Timi Dakolo, Mercy Chinwo and Mawumi, so that those ones and Chike, they're products of, you know, music competitions. But you know, there were many more people who were awesomely good, but yet we don't know anything about them. Are they still pursuing music? You know, this 17-year-old might be good, but is it good enough in a saturated market? Is it that good that he's willing to sacrifice music? Is willing to sacrifice a school for music? Hello, Mama May.
Hello, Chichi. I called back.
Okay.
I called back because of this last caller, Charles, right?
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I like the idea because there's no job in the country. Because a child should not be educated or should not go through tertiary institution. Yes, I'm a heavy fan of learning a skill. I remember I was running this before we went on holiday. I was running seminar for the secondary learners, and I was like, "Tell your parents, as in you should learn a skill." Do you know one of them asked me? She called out my name. I said, "What is your own skill?" And I told her. So see, even if you are learning a skill, yes, good and fine. Do you know? Okay, just get a carpenter who did not go to school, and a carpenter who went to school. Chichi. Do you know the difference between the both of them? You will see the difference between the both of them. I have my husband's friend who was a fashion designer. He's late now, may so rest in peace. This guy is very good. But the only problem is that he was not educated. So that affected that tailoring business. Yes, he was, but if he was educated, I know he would have gone very far. So education helps a lot. Yes, he wants to be a musician. Let him back it up with education.
But Mama May, to be honest, I feel like there's actually a point in what Charles said. Because
yes, I understand where he's coming from.
This one that we are seeing on social media, people dancing, buy my perfume, I carry my market for head, buy my hair.
I understand.
How many people are actually using this? How many people are actually using this education?
Yes, I understand.
To make money.
Chichi, I did computer science in school. Chichi, I'm not computing anything right now. Some people end up studying doctor and becomes conductor. I understand where he's coming from. I understand. I totally understand. But just you never can tell. You never can tell what it will do to you. You never can tell, but let him just get it. Okay, he might just be like, okay, if the parents, there's a way they will talk to him. Oh yeah, you just get this certificate for me. Then do whatever you want to do with your music. Do you understand? Let it just, okay, I am doing it for my parents. Let him just do it. You never can tell. This life, you never can tell.
Okay.
So please, I do not buy the idea of people saying because there are no jobs in the country, because this and that. Aside, even footballers, if you go abroad, their football academy, is it just football that they teach them? It's not just football now. Okay. They teach them other things. They teach them to read and write. They teach them things that has to do with academics.
Okay.
So it's not just that football. You are playing football. Somebody was saying you are playing football. It's not your leg that is working. It is your brain that is working. It is your brain, not your legs.
Okay.
So please, he should try and at least, even if it's very little, he should get it, please.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello. Hello. All right. The number to call is 07056900927. Hola.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Thank you. I'm loving this weather. How are you?
Sorry?
How do you see this weather?
How do I see the what?
The weather.
Oh, the weather is it's okay. We bless the name of the Lord.
They say somebody told me it's weather for two, so I don't know what it means.
Stanley, let's focus on let's do what we came here to do, which is to discuss. Let's be real.
All right.
Stanley, you said your
Yes,
daughter's
right.
you said your daughter's birthday was on Sunday, right? Or Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
Of course, I remember. Oh, you guys are dear to me.
It was on Friday, but I celebrated on Saturday.
On Saturday. Hope you guys had fun.
Wow. It was something else.
Oh, yeah.
It was something else. Yeah.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that.
Yeah. It was very good.
All right then, go ahead. Let's hear your thoughts on this.
Well, this is my own take, right? So I'm this kind of person that I believe. What can you do? What can you do? So if I see people, I ask them. If I see people struggling for something, so I ask them, what can you do? What do you have at hand now? So you told me I can do driving, I can do this. Some of them came out, I'm a barber. Okay, I will do whatever I can help to help, right? So if you told me that this is what I can do, you're a musician, you try to pursue your career. If you have the opportunity,
at the expense of school. At the expense of school, because this boy says he doesn't want to go to school again. He's supposed to write WAEC next month. The boy said he don't want to write WAEC next month, and he wants to pursue music.
Well, if he's sure of himself, like look at the kind of music we have.
He's a 17-year-old sure of himself. Well, he sounds sure of himself.
Come on, why not? If the music is one of the best thing now that can earn you quick money. What you just need to do is just do a good song that somebody can hear and play it. That's all. Once they like it, before you know what happens, the song is you are there. So how many of those musicians now are educated? How many of them are educated? I'm not against people being educated, of course.
Actually, quite a number of them are.
Well, I'm not against people being educated, but what I'm saying is, if the guy is sure, you know that I have it, I can deliver. Guy, go ahead and do it. I see a lot of people who work up and then are doing one or two things, claiming the are educated. They all focus their energy in graduate. I want to be educated. In the end of the day, what is happening? A lot of them are out there. In the end of the day, they are coming to learn skills after getting all the education, graduate, get their master, whatever. They went back learning the skill. Some of them went to learning tailoring, learning one or two things. So be thinking that education is everything. See, if this guy has the talent, if he has that talent to deliver this music of a thing, my brother, next 5 days, that guy is out there. He's out there hitting it. But I'm not saying education is bad to get education right to work or whatever, how he goes if you pass. Now, I'm not against that. But if he thinks that, hey, I have this, I can deliver.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, get it done. What are you waiting for?
All right. Thank you so much. I mean, we've had people that actually didn't finish school. Let's not hide from that fact. We've had an interview with Crayon, who said, he didn't finish school. We've had I've seen the interview of Oxlade. Oxlade dropped out of uni. He dropped out of uni. And I think somebody else, I think it was Don Jazzy that actually dropped out of uni as well. Tubaba. As a bad, I don't even know Tubaba finished school. I think there was a point he actually dropped out of school. Or Malay too dropped out. However, with that, even Olamide said he had to drop out because the parents could not even afford school fees. But we know that despite that, we still have quite a number of musicians that are graduates. So this boy is coming out to say, I don't want to go school no music. Should you just give him that? Are you giving him sole decision on his own life? If this was your son or your younger brother, what would you do? Would you allow him to chase his music dream now, or force him to finish school first? That is genuinely what I'm asking. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Hi. Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Good evening. This is shout out to Mama. This Mama
May.
It was a lady, Mama May, that asked of me. God bless her. I really appreciate that.
So where did you go? Easy. You ran away from us.
I've not been feeling fine. And
no. So sorry.
Yeah, I've been one or two. So it's just not been easy.
All right.
Looking for and all that.
All right.
Basically, concerning the topic on ground today, it reminds me the olden days. I mean, those of us that were born in 1995 now. Those that were born in 1996, 97. Like when you come back from school and you tell your mom or your dad you want to be a footballer.
Back then, we can't date.
The eye your papa will first look you.
Oh, you're not going to even get mine to even waka go talk that one. Your papa could just hear. Maybe you go come by. Your papa go to send a ball, you go play. Now studio session, you don't go.
So, my challenge this young guy, he's 17, right? Yeah, he's still a Gen Z and he's still a young lad. But my challenge with him, I actually admire his courage. But my problem is the ego. You know, now that I just heard that you said something about that, he has started performing and it's not
yes, and then he's good. He's getting good feedback. Like, this boy good though. So
my dear, to balance that with school is not an easy thing. Anybody that has been hell before, anybody that is in that, you don't have music.
Are you saying that music itself is a full-time? Is it? I mean, I'm not into music, but I wish someone who is really into music.
Any profession that, like you now, you're a radio goddess.
Yeah.
You are good at what you do, and assuming now you were picked unaware. So yes, you're talented, and you were still schooling. And somebody gives you, you went maybe eventually you went to a radio station and you performed very well, and they started giving you clues and they started giving you shoes or something to handle. Your attention will first of all, there will be an imbalance. I don't know if you get what I mean. I don't know if anybody that understands.
Yeah.
It can never be the same. Now look at what is playing out now. This is where the imbalance is coming in now. He is now bold enough to tell the mom, the parent, that he had exams. He should be reading. Next month is just around the corner to get his examination, right? But he has now pushed the narrative. I don't want to go to school anymore. Come on. The ego affecting already.
So in this case, what is to be done?
You need to be drilled. I mean, you know our parents drilling now. They don't bond you well. It's not about pampering or Gen Z pampering. You need to be drilled first.
Drilled? When you say drilled, what do you mean drilled?
Not like teaching, not like, you need to be, you know, there's another word they use to be therapy. You need to be therapy. How do I put it? I don't know how to put it, but the two parents, the mother and the papa, need to sit him down. Now, the guy that enters, you don't know, because that guy don't really enter. So the parents, the mother and the papa, the mom and the father, they own that responsibility now to pin him. They will pin you. They know. It's not a matter of coming or saying, no, pin him, sit him down. Why do they pay the school fee? So a child can never give you an instruction or give you, because you don't take giving.
Henry, this generation Alpha, I be generation Z. I don't know. 17. You know that they are Henry. Wait, hold on. Henry, I feel like you are making perfect sense. But this could either go left or it could go right.
Halfway. If not, no, the talent is fine, but you need to be, first of all, you need to, school, I had that opportunity to send to school properly. And come on, it's like talent is talent, but, my dear, school is school. Talent, like these days now, the way talent is going, it's not stable. It's not reliable. I don't know if you understand what I mean.
Yeah.
The talent is no longer really reliable these days in Nigeria. No matter how hot you are, you can blow one. But once you get cold, you're gone. There are lots of artists like
become
that.
one hit wonder.
You get cold, you're gone. No matter the earning, if you don't have that, once you get cold, my dear, you even poorer than church rat. You don't be at the end of the thing for a fool, the way our people talk. I don't know. So you need to be cool now. If not, send them to your grandma and your papa. They go teach them. You know what they talk about now? We go from this now. They know they give us. They know they give. They know they believe. As in, you as a child, you can never tell your parents what to do. They know born you well. They know born you well. That talent, you go get them, you go they hide, go down, or you go come back home, go to school. They know born you well.
Okay.
We know these things now. No,
okay.
No, don't pamper. They don't need to pamper anything. You fetch, you tap, you understand what I mean?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Harry. I mean, Harry's take is almost like my take, but his own is more violent, if you get what I mean. Hello?
Hello, Chichi. Sorry, I called back. I'm very interested in this topic.
I know. You are very invested.
Chichi, you mentioned some people, some musicians that they dropped out of school.
Yes.
Now, did they drop out because they wanted to do music?
Actually, yes. Actually,
all of them dropped out.
I mean, I was watching. No. I was watching Oxtade's interview. I think Oxtade said something about him running into some issues with guys in school and all of that. And besides, he actually did like music, so he dropped out at some point
because he had some issues with some guys, right?
Yes, and all of that.
It's not that they stood to their ground that I am not going to school because I want to do music. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. This boy, this particular child now, is standing to his left. I do not. He doesn't even want to write the WAEC, the senior WAEC. He does not even want to write it because he wants to do music. And do not forget that a lot of these musicians who eventually dropped out, we eventually further did their education later. They go out to other countries to go to school of music, kiniko, school of one thing. Do you get it? And I think I have a problem with our Nigerian structure. If it were to be some countries, all these things, they mix it up with education. I have some people in Ghana, they were basketball. Three brothers, going to three different institutions, higher institutions. They played basketball. One eventually continued. They were doing it with their education. One eventually became a doctor. The other one, the second one, now plays for the national team in Ghana. That same basketball. And he was, he went through tertiary institution. Do you understand? But here in Nigeria, they don't blend these things. You just want, I want to be, you just go out in the streets, what do they call it, street OT, or what's that thing, that language they use, and you become a musician. What if this thing does not favor him? I have a cousin, I can call out his name, music, the father, you must go to school. In music, he did not allow anybody to rest. At the end of the day, he was forced through school. Chichi, he's not doing music today. He's not. You see that engineering that he read. I'm not saying it works for everybody. You see that engineering here. He's using it to work today. Okay, what if we need to travel abroad and everything? Look at what's his name now? Kuti's son. Did he not go to? Is he not school? Music school? So he is standing. What's his name? Maye Kuti or something. I can't remember his name now.
Yeah.
You are standing that you do not even want to write the SSC. No, that's not fair enough. So the mom should just know how to plead with him and just let him see reasons. Because eventually he's just 17. No. Some of I want to be a this, I want to be a this. Sometimes we do not have that direction. We don't know what we want to be at that time. No. He's just 17. Maybe because he's seeing things that are happening and he feels he's good with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
that is just it, please.
All right. Thank you so much. I mean, because I'm thinking about it I understand that nowadays going to school in as much as we have a lot of people saying I'm an entrepreneur now, I'm not really doing what I studied. Who will he blame? Let's say he drops, his mother and his father says, okay, we'll give you your blessing. Go and pursue music. If this boy no blow, he goes for studio sessions, maybe he becomes a one-hit wonder, becomes somebody like, my baby, you're the one. You know, we have people like that are one-hit wonders. Would he blame himself or his parents? Because at some point when his music career begins to dwindle, it will lead to frustration. And there's also the blame game. So that is actually what bothers me about this. Hello?
Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, this is Stanley.
Okay, Stanley, you called back. All right.
Yeah, shout out to Mommy, but I want to what she said about going to musical school. See, what talent for music from the musical school.
Stanley.
Let me tell you, calm down. People, go and take, wait now. Go and take those people who have talent for music, those that have real talent for music. None of them went to musical school.
Stanley.
Those who went to musical school, just those who we don't know which day, just cut and join.
Stanley.
Learn how to music.
Stanley.
Do you understand?
Stanley.
I'm with you. You're calling me Stanley. I'm with you.
I'm calling you because one thing we do, and let's be real as well here, is for us to be we should educate ourselves on things. No, that is absolutely not true. That is Stanley. Stanley. Google is free.
Okay, wait.
Stanley.
Calm down now. Point out one musician.
Calm down.
Point out one musician.
Do like this. Stanley, do like this.
Calm down now. I'm talking now.
It's me that will tell you.
Calm down. Oh yeah, give me one name.
All right. Stanley, blessing I'm here, you drag this radio. So I'll have to send you off first and then I'll have to educate you on it. Well, if you have that mentality, then that you should genuinely educate yourself. It's not everybody that comes on stage to be singing I will be there still. I'm trying to think of a song off the top of my head. It's not everybody that comes to the stage to dance that is a musician. Do you understand? We have music school. Have you ever heard of a music academy in New York? Do you know that? Stanley, the same way you see actors and actresses, they are born actors and actresses, but you see them travel outside the country to go for, you see that they go for coaching, they go for classes in a reputable acting academy. That is the same way in music. I'll give you a strong example of that. You asked me for an example. We have Waje. Waje is a singer, a talented singer. She's also a music coach who is invited by music academies to coach people. We have people that actually do voice coaching. You can't expect someone like Tiwa Savage. You think she just wakes up one morning and she jumps into the studio and she's just singing? She's just singing there. No. They have people who teach you voice coaching. They have voice people that coach for your voice. And these people are found in music schools. They have people that teach performance. They have people that teach how to enunciate while you're singing. You don't just wake up one morning and you go to the studio and you sing and you go on stage and you jump up and down. They have people that do choreography. Those people are in academies. A music school is an actual school and it's not cheap. It is not cheap, Stanley. Google is free. That's why we have the internet. Just use the internet, do some research, and you see that yes, not everybody's going to be jumping on stage. Do you have people like Asha jumping on stage? People like Asha, everybody cannot be like Davido or Wizkid. Somebody called, I'm trying to remember who called, and said there are people that actually make money from music without actually being those people that have like huge streams and huge promotions. And everybody doesn't have to be loud. And we have songwriters. Some of them are the music academy. We have songwriters. Stanley, no, let's not do that. It's the way you are saying it with so much facts. You are saying it like your voice is strong. Please, that's why we have internet. But then I have a voice note here, so let me just quickly just play that and then read a message.
Good evening, my lady. Say me hi to your co-host. This lady be calling from Surulere. Actually, this matter get a CB. The truth is, let that child to know that he can go to school and still be what he wants to be and still do this music of a thing. Yes. What for but what if the music did not blow? What if it did not favor him? Then nothing to fall back on. So, and she need to make effort to let him understand that knowledge is power. No knowledge is lost. You understand? No knowledge is waste. He just have to acquire knowledge. Even if he did not make use of the certificate, let it be that he's a graduate. You understand? So he can never go wrong by going to school. I've not seen somebody that go to school and go wrong. Even if they did not get the job of their dream, just to have that knowledge of being educated is something else. It's worth it. So that mind that he feels school is nothing, honestly, I don't think he's getting it. He should try to get it. And even those people that he think he want to be big like them, if you check and trace, you see that they later went back to school. Even those of them that dropped out, they later went back to school when life balanced for them. Most of them went back to school secretly. Then when they now finished, they now let us know that they later went back to school. Not all the ones that I know that are making. Most of them are graduate. No one that I see that is making it and is not a graduate. So he can never go wrong with education. He should just understand that one. So that is the thing. Education is power. It's very, very good. You need to go to school. He can be going to school and be doing that music. I'm telling you, he can do it. All what he needs to do is to schedule how he will do it. He can do it. God will help our children to understand what they're supposed to understand. Well done.
Amen. Thank you so much, Lady V. God will help our children to understand what they need to understand. It's very important because, like I said, knowledge is power. It's very important. This conversation of the importance of music school, and it just threw me off so bad. Like, people not thinking that music school is actually a thing. There are things like notes, there are chords, scale. When they give you there are some people that have actually, oh God. You've not heard of theater singing before? Because, even though he said he wants to learn music, there's so much to learn. Helping you to understand your voice coach, even instruments. There are some singers that know how to play the piano. They know how to play the guitar, the drums, the saxophone. And I feel like for you to be a musician, you should learn to play at least one instrument to improve your musicality. Just like Mama May had mentioned, Maje Kuti. You see, he is proficient. You can see what he's playing. He's proficient. Some people that are very good in the sax. You have to do, when you go to music school, you will learn your ear. You will train your ear. There are some people that when they hear music, though there's a talent for that. Don't get me wrong. There's talent for that. But music training is like, music is like you having a knife. You now training yourself on it is like sharpening the knife. If you don't sharpen it, it will be blunt. I can sing. Okay. If you go into the studio, can you actually put out some people are good singers, but they are terrible, terrible songwriters. Anyways, Faith from Argos says, good evening. For me, I think she should have an open conversation with her son about his passion for music and understand his perspective and consider a balanced approach. He should go to school while pursuing music. On the other side, he will also have a solid foundation for his future. Everything should be balanced. Do not rely on education nor talent alone. Thank you. All right. Thank you. One last call. Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Patan.
This is
Patan from Anwar.
I'm struggling to hear you. You might want to move from where you are.
Okay. I think it's Patan from Anwar. Okay.
Pattern.
Yeah.
All right, Pattern. Talk to us.
So let's take a good example at Zazuz. You see when he started.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, Pattern, you might want to move around.
Can you
I think I can. I'm so sorry. Hello? All right. I mean, I think I picked up from what Patan said. Take a good example from Zazu. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Moses. I'm calling from Agor.
All right, Moses from Agor. Briefly.
Good evening. Okay, let me quickly just dive into the topic. You see, this issue is a very critical one.
I agree.
Because it's a lifetime something.
Mm-hmm.
And one needs to be very cautious or take caution in trying to address this kind of situation. The one thing I should also point out is the fact that this child is still 17, one,
mm-hmm.
and the basic requirement of certificate is trying to refuse it. 2. Number 3 is who are those influencing his decision? Because him having that strong decision, it's not coming from his own self-will itself.
Mm-hmm.
It means that someone there is talking to him to influence him.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe they should have the kind of a counter talk
mm-hmm.
by the parents
mm-hmm.
to at least letting him understand the fact that education will also help you understand your music as well. Because if you deny yourself the basic certificate, that is WAEC, refusing to write WAEC, and you say you want to go into music, how do you tend to manage your music even if you blow? These are the difficulties even musicians of today who did not go through all those things are facing. Most of the time in terms of managing their music career and in terms of also able to articulate what they truly they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get so it's a need to call that child back, mostly by the parents, or if the parents cannot be, there's somebody he listens to. Let them call that child back. That the education is also very important because you listen to the education to also direct you on the music you want to go to. Nobody is against your music. Nobody is against your music, but you need a very solid foundation.
Mm-hmm.
And that foundation is that certificate. Because even if you want to travel, there are some requirements you need too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So those things are also basic too. So you must get those requirements too.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much, Moses, for that. I feel like Moses has actually buttressed everything that we've tried to say. And like everyone has been saying, it's a very dicey conversation because you're dealing with a 17-year-old. And you know that children at 17, they are the most rebellious. If you just push them in a way that doesn't seem right to them, they will either just rebel or they will hibernate. They go into hiding, they don't speak to you anymore. And whatever they're not showing you out there, they will actually start showing it behind. So you have to be very careful how you approach this conversation. You need to be very careful. One thing I would say, as a mother, approach this with love. Somebody said drill. I don't like that word. I don't like it at all. If you want to drill, they drilled us. By the end of the day, now we do what we want to do at the end. Not you go tell me what I go do. Some people I remember, I know of somebody who the father thought she was studying law in school. Guess what she was studying? She was studying theater arts. She lied. She lied to her father. The father was paying for a law tuition. She was chopping the money and using it to pay for theater arts. The father knew in final year. What did he do? Is it not to shout? And she couldn't open up to him because she figured that maybe the father wouldn't hear about it. So I think you should approach this with love. You need to make your child understand the importance of having an education. And like what Moses had said, this boy is even refusing to have WAEC, which is the basic. Education gives you knowledge and critical thinking skills that you need in any career. Whether you want to become a musician or anything else, you need to understand contracts, negotiation, planning, and all of these. They need what? Education. Somebody brought up the idea of Zazu, of Portable. Portable is a living proof that your environment and your education is a product of who you are. Is he good in music? Yes. Does he have the grace? Absolutely. Is he educated? No. And it clearly reflects in how he deals with his life. Though we understand that, yes, some other people dropped out. Can you compare Portable to Fowls? Can you compare? When Fowls is speaking, you hear intelligence. When they are talking about Fowls, what do you hear? A graduate, a lawyer by profession. That is what you see. You hear that he's a lawyer, but then he's a singer. You need to bring up what they call it, examples for your child. So when you are seeing him, then you're bringing these people out so that they will be seeing proof. You say, what about Rema? Rema is good though, but you see that Rema has gone back to Unilag. Because at some point Rema did go back to Unilag. He's actually in school, right? Can he code? Rema is in school.
Yeah, he's in school.
He mentioned it. Why do you think a guy who has so much money would want to go back to school?
Majority of our stars as a celebrity,
they always want to go back to school. The actresses that dropped off at some point, they went back at some corner to do one open university packaging. See, for them to go to school.
The truth about it is that I understand when people, especially in
so
Africa.
I feel like for him, this is youthful exuberance.
Exactly, that's
I
right
get
there.
on for body.
You know, after all, what I teach me in school is just how to get degree, then get a job.
And then, like the story said, when he performed, he did absolutely well. So that gave him that ginger to say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care about school. You are his mom. Finish year one and pay for your studio sessions during holidays.
That's right.
You understand? Right. You can say, I will pay for your studio sessions. If you graduate and give me this paper, I personally would pay for your first show.
That's it right there.
Or your first listening party.
That's it right there.
Do you understand?
Come to a compromise.
Come to a compromise. Let it be like a barter system. The carrot, that carrot system.
Yeah.
Because if the carrot and the stick, don't even use sticking. Because these children.
This is the crazy thing.
It's very
I have a
important.
lot of youths right now. They have this idea. Okay, the idea of school is to finish school, enter university, from university get a
like
job.
That and
but the truth about it is that school does when they say don't just let school pass through you. You pass through the school. There are certain things you will learn.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had a situation whereby
that's way outside your physics.
I've had to fall back on my certificates.
Yeah.
I have to fall back when I'm having I'm a second class upper graduate of. So when I say it, I'm like, oh my God, thank God this thing has saved me because we are one start. Not every dream works out immediately.
Of course.
Yes, you want to be a musician. It's on until you drop your song. They don't answer you. You drop your song, and then you know
that
what about the music industry.
You can pop today, but continuity.
Continuity. Being educated will help you speak well, write well, present yourself properly.
It'll help you smell out those smell out the cow dung.
Exactly.
that
they package.
Roses.
That they package for you.
The bouquet of roses. You can smell it out.
Some of you are so desperate that you don't even look. You cannot even read. They just give you documents you sign. After like 1 year, you start fighting with your record label. And then also, plan B. That paper, let it be your plan B.
What are you falling back
and then you tell your son that what an elder is sitting down while you climb the rocket tree.
Mommy, I rather you not use that statement
but just make it look as if you want this for him. You want the best for him. It's very important.
Or there's, experience is the best teacher. Because sometimes we are hard-headed. I'm sorry. But, yeah.
Well,
sometimes.
Make it not rich like that. Make it not rich like that. To be honest, I've actually been in a situation where I've seen it before happen. When somebody said, I don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
And we talked, and then I told my mom, it's okay. Let him do him. The other day he called me. He says, if you
call waiting.
If you
now the hustle. Go continue the hustle. Continue the hustle.
I mean that's where we're gonna wrap it up. But can you call this Monday? What's up?
Yes, Man Crush Monday. I'm asking the gentlemen, the young men in society right now. I want to hope most of them are graduates, honestly, and they have at least more education with them. And I'm serious, because this issue is a very serious issue. It's about marriage.
Ooh.
Right. Should a man marry a woman who wasn't there during his struggles? Is it loyalty or opportunity that matters the most?
What? This is why I'm here. I'm here to reap where I did not sow. Who is sowing with you?
What is your problem, Chichi? You're here to reap where you
don't love me. I'm always struggling with you. Please, I just want to say that guy that is building with my man.
Oh.
Build with him more. Because I'll come and collect him later. It's opportunity and it's luck and it's grace.
She says luck and grace. Okay. It's luck and grace.
Wait. Who actually said that I must struggle with a man?
No one said you must struggle with a man.
So what do you mean? So
I'm asking the brethren, right? Would they rather marry the woman that was with them, at least to a certain point of their struggles, or You want to get everything accomplished, then find the woman of your dreams.
I bet accomplish your life. Find your dream. Don't stress
which a lot of young men say it's harder. When you do have the money, you do have the success. It's harder to find the woman who's for you. You do you.
I beg. I'm here to report I didn't so. I'm here to collect what belongs to Caesar.
Okay.
Okay. That's what I'm here. That's kind of cool for you guys tonight.
Come on.
You guys are gonna have so much fun with him. Tomorrow is another time to keep it locked in on the Super Drive Time Show. But I'll always tell you to follow us on social media. Super FM Lagos everywhere, and also download our app Super FM Global. Click on Lagos so you get to listen to us any and everywhere.